Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our weekly women's volleyball press conference with head coach Tyler Hildebrand. We will start the press conference with an opening statement from Coach Tyler. Then we'll open it up to questions for the media.
Thanks, Lindy. It was a tough week for us last week in terms of going through the whole week. We had a little different schedule playing on Tuesday and Saturday, so Monday we went hard, and then we matched Tuesday and had a number of days to prepare for Hawaii. Having two losses is really hard, and I think our team's feeling it, our staff's feeling it. But what I was really proud of is we had a match against Fullerton that we didn't feel like we played as well as we could. We know that in a conference without a conference tournament, every match matters, and so, we had to kind of regroup after the loss to Fullerton and find a way to have some good practices, kind of get our belief and our spirit up and go really hard and go into Hawaii knowing that, we're good enough to play with that team. We can, beat them on our home court. And I think that we came into the match feeling that, thinking that. I think we played a good match. We're close in a couple sets where if we do a couple things better or a couple things go our way for some momentum, maybe the outcome would have been different. But, Fullerton is a really coached team, so hats off to them for playing a great match. And Hawaii is a really well-coached team, and they played a great match as well. So we have work to do. We need to get better, but I'm really proud of how our team and our staff rebounded, whether it be emotionally, physically, mentally, to really give Hawaii a good shot. And I think we had a great crowd here. We're really thankful for everyone that came. I think Lindy said it was the largest crowd since 2016. So we're really, really thankful for our fans and our community supporting us. And I think it was a great match to watch. It was pretty high-level volleyball. So, but we're disappointed, and we know we got work to do. We know we can win matches in this conference, and we're ready to do that. And we got a couple of tough matches this week, so we're trying to take the positive out of our mindset and our night on Saturday night, even though we didn't win. Build on that so we can have two good home matches this week and win these two matches.
Coach, what were the positives from both of those matches, and what do you plan to do in order to make sure you don't have another week like this again?
We had, I guess from just a volleyball standpoint, for 7 of the 8 sets, if you combine the 4 sets against Fullerton and the first 3 sets against Hawaii, we were hitting 320 as a team in 7 sets. And our hitting number has been something that we needed in a couple of the matches that we lost to be better. And so I think we're growing and getting better at offense. The 4 set against Hawaii, our offense wasn't great and it wasn't good. But 7 of the 8 sets last week was some of the better offense we've had, all season. And so that was a big positive. Our ability to cover, effort on defense, those are some things we've been working on because there are areas we identified that weren't great in the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season. So our covering and effort on defense were really good against Hawaii. And I would say regaining, the belief, because I think when you lose a couple matches in conference, you kind of, you start wondering hey, are we as good as we can be? Are we as good as maybe we thought we were going to be? With a lot of newness coming, there was a lot of excitement. We have a great staff. We got a lot of good transfers, and there was a lot of fun and joy and excitement. And so when you lose a little bit, it's natural to doubt, and it's natural to struggle to believe in everything. But I think we regained that, and I thought we played that way. So those would probably be the 3 things that stood out. And right now we got to maintain that this week. We got to not lose that. We're in a critical part of our season to not lose that. That's what makes our group pretty special. They play for each other. They have a belief that we can be good, even though we're learning a lot. But we have to get better at volleyball. So just and that takes day by day, week by week, working, whether it's watch video or train better, maybe adjust some of the things we're doing training to get more out of our drills. So at the end of the day, we have to play better volleyball as well. So.
And an interesting development between the two matches were maybe starting hot against Cal State Fullerton because you won by 9 in the first set, and the one set you won against Hawaii was in set number 3, which, down by 2. What's the difference there for your team? Starting really well against one team and then able to bounce back against a different team on Saturday.
I mean, it's kind of I don't know, we can speculate on that, but it's a good question. Yeah, I don't know if we started out hot playing in set 1 against Fullerton. To me, we played how we're capable of playing. I don't think we played over better than we are capable of playing. We just played how we were capable of playing, and then got challenged in the second set against Fullerton. It was tight late, ended up not closing that set out, and that's where we started losing belief a little bit, and we started to get a little tense. And I'm not putting that on our team or players, or I think all of us need to learn as a staff, as a program, as a bench, as starters. We have to try to learn. We have to learn how to not do that, to get tense. So, and then I don't think we started slow against Hawaii at all. We played pretty good. We hit 325 in the first set. That's pretty good against a big team for us, and 260 in the second set. And it's not all about hitting. We were serving really well. I found the first 2 sets we didn't serve well. First set and a half. That was obviously we had a poor serving match against Hawaii. But anyway, so I thought we actually played pretty consistently all the way till about 10, 12 points into the fourth set. So Hawaii, I thought we were pretty. I don't think it was like a slow start or not. And the third set, we showed that when we play well and put a lot of service pressures on team and everything's going, that we can beat teams, even a good team like Hawaii.
Did Fullerton, by any chance, make any lineup changes before the match, and did that kind of affect your game plan going into Fullerton?
Yes, they did. Turner, number 1, who was it was the middle who has a lot of sets. She has double the amount of sets as their other middle, Martinez. She was out. So she didn't play. She was there, but she didn't play at all. So Jeffries, who's normally their opposite, was playing middle, but really only hit a 2-ball and then hit on the pins in the next 2 rows. And then, 30, their opposite, that only had 11 swings going in on the season, I think, going into the match, played opposite, and she had a great match. She was taking big swings, and we were on it, but we weren't getting a block. It was a touch that then got deflected, and we couldn't get the dig, or we missed some digs. And Jeffries was a lot to do with. She's pretty physical. She jumps really well, and she was making good swings. I don't think it something where it was like, oh, we didn't know how to adjust to it. I mean, in a lot of ways, it made their team more simple because they were. They don't set back row, and without Turner in the middle and Jeffries not hitting slides, just hitting on the pins, it's just 2 hitters for 2 of their 5-1 rows. So it didn't make it more difficult necessarily, but yeah, sure, it was a change. But that's why we don't completely, hey, here's the scouting report, and this is exactly what they're going to do, and this is exactly how we're going to play, and if you don't do this, you're making a mistake. We give them themes, general ideas. We prepare multiple days in practice so they've seen them. And we tell them all the time, hey, we have to be ready to adjust because someone might not play. Someone might be someone that likes to hit wrist away, and they're hitting a bunch of line against us. So we have to be able to adapt and adjust. And so I think we did that pretty well.
Being able to have a couple matches at home, back-to-back here, it is still a back-to-back. Is there anything that you're looking forward to, being able to be at home for the entire week?
Yeah, I guess that is the first time. Oh, no, it wasn't back-to-back. We played Notre Dame, Boise State same week. But it's nice. Nice to be in our gym the whole week. That means we're going to be on Terraflex the whole week, which will be nice for our bodies. And, I think we've had 1,500, 1,700, 1,800, and now 2,400, whatever it was. So it's really fun to play in front of our crowd. We're we're really appreciative of our crowd coming and supporting us. And I hope they hang in there with us, because if I think we're gonna keep improving. We're gonna be winning matches, and it's gonna be exciting volleyball. So I know starting out 1-3 isn't normally something where a bunch of people are going to be super fired up about, but I hope they enjoy how we're playing and how we're competing. And the only match where we didn't compete the way we normally do was against Fullerton. We lost it a little bit, but we compete really hard. We have fun. I think we're fun to watch, and so I hope we have good crowds this weekend. We're going to work hard to try to get students here and get everybody here. So I'm looking forward to that. And we're going to have a really, really tough test in Santa Barbara. And then we're going to have to come back and beat Northridge. And so we know that we know that if we don't play our best, teams can beat us. And so I'm excited to see if we can ignore the first 4 games with our record, not ignore it because we got to learn from it, but ignore that and come in feeling like it's opening day in baseball, or come in feeling fresh and knowing that, okay, now we got our backs against the wall a little bit. We got to come out and play and win matches and start. Hopefully this weekend at home is a start to building a run of wins. And so that's what I'm excited about.